Greetings and thanks for tuning in. Are you looking for the best exercises for rucking or running? I might add that. Well, if you have been carrying a weighted vest, if you've been struggling with like achy knees, nagging, hip pain, or feet pain, any of the above, then I want to show you 7 exercises that might help you move better, stay more mobile, get a little bit stronger, and just stay active. So my name is Dr. Jeanette DeWitt. I'm a doctor of physical therapy and a performance coach specifically for runners, ruckers, and active adults. And so I want to show you 7 of my favorite exercises that often target the areas that runners, ruckers, and active adults often struggle with. So this video might be for you. Now, I'm not going to do a full workout or anything like that, but I am going to demonstrate 7 exercises that could help you. The first 3 are more about strengthening and mobility. Then the other 4 are more about mobility and flexibility and rotation and just trying to work your body in more of a functional way. Some people might even refer to this as functional fitness. So the first exercise is a reverse lunge. This is a great exercise for building quad strength and working on a runner's technique. So just a reverse lunge, getting the arm movements in, will help work on hip flexibility in the front, quad strength, a little bit of glute work as well, and then it works your technique if you are running or if you are trying to climb up hills. This is the end position of a hill as you go into the next, but that reverse lunge really helps with that. The next is a lateral skater lunge. Now, with running and rucking, we tend to just focus on moving forward, but we have to work on our hips and stabilizing our hips. So a lateral skater lunge opens up the hips, it creates a stretch into the groin and inner thigh, and if you're keeping your chest up and really kind of sitting back, I'm going to show a side view of this. It's almost like you're kind of squatting back because your knee is staying in line with your second toe and you are squatting down but doing a side lunge at the same time. Let me show it on the other side. So this lateral skater lunge is a really good exercise for strength and flexibility. The next one is a sumo squat. Now, I really like the sumo squat because it opens up the hips. It often, if people have tight hips, if they have tight calf muscles, when they do a standard squat, what you might see is them, they come down, but then their heels lift up because they don't have the flexibility to actually squat down. So what we do is we kind of cheat a little bit, and this is a great way to introduce squats to somebody who has tight hips and tight calves. So we get into this, like your feet position in about a 45-degree angle, and you do a sumo squat, just like that. All right, so on those first 3 exercises, the reverse lunge, the lateral skater lunge, and the sumo squat, these are more strengthening and mobility exercises. I typically start with 8 reps, 10 reps, 12 reps. You can use body weight. You don't have to use dumbbells. In fact, I recommend start with body weight and then gradually increase your weight. If you have a rucksack, you can actually use your rucksack and hold it at a shoulder carry position like that for your sumo lunge. For your reverse lunge, you can combine an overhead press with that. And then for the lateral skater lunge, you might just actually put the pack on and do a lateral lunge. Now, the next exercises are going to be more about mobility and flexibility. So the first one we do is a hip internal rotation, external rotation type of a stretch. Now, the key is, I'm going to demonstrate first this way. So we get into this runner's lunge position, and you can start with your knee down. That is the beginner aspect of it. Eventually, if you get good enough, you can lift that knee up. But your hands go on the inside of your foot, okay? And you're just rotating that hip in and out, okay? And then you'll switch and rotate in and out. This is a great hip opener exercise. So from a side view, it looks like this with the knee down. It looks like this with the knee up, which is a little bit more aggressive on the back leg. Demonstrate on the other side, plus I want to even myself out. So this is the rotation stretch here. Now, one thing you want to do is don't sink down into your shoulders. You want to be pushing up and putting the weight distributed through all your fingertips and your hand. Otherwise, you're going to put a lot of pressure on your wrists, and that's not going to feel so good. So put all the pressure through your entire hand so that you're not concentrating it onto this part of the hand and onto your wrist. Okay, from there, we can move into the world's greatest stretch. That's the easiest way I can say it. It's a great stretch, which is why it's been coined that. And so again, you can start with your knee down. And you want to inhale and rotate, open up the chest, and you would progress that to this position. So you can see we're working upper body, lower body, core, and your trunk rotation. This also opens up the hips, so you can start in this knee down position, like that, and progress to an inhale, open up, exhale, inhale, exhale. That is a great way to progress into that. And then we move out of that into a hamstring transition stretch. So you're staying in this position, your knee is going to be down, and you're just going to sit back, almost like you're hinging. You're going to sit back, get those hands down, and start to stretch out the hamstring. I'm a little tight, so I'm going to keep my knee slightly flexed. That's okay. I'm going to come back up out of it and transition back into that hamstring stretch. I'm mobilizing my hip and my knee while I am working on that hamstring flexibility. And then I move to the other side, same thing. Walk my hands back and I sit back, almost like I'm hinging. Okay, so no rounding like that. I'm hinging back. Okay, so I'm not being here. I'm keeping my chest forward, opening up this hip, and then I'm walking my hands back into that hamstring stretch. That's why it's called a hamstring transition stretch, because I'm sitting back onto my heel on that side while I'm trying to work my hamstring on the other side. And then from there, we do an upward dog, downward dog flow. So the same rules apply with your hands. You want to put pressure through your entire hands. You're going to start to drop your hips a little bit, just like that. Remember, don't let your shoulders sink. You want to push up, okay? And so I'm in this downward dog, upward dog kind of modified position. Then I'm going to push through my hands. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog, and so forth. So with these mobility drills, 5 reps, 3 to 5 reps is sometimes good for people. 10 reps is a workout. You can see my heart rate's up a little bit. But these are great exercises to do, and you can go through them super quick because it's great to do as a dynamic warm-up before you ruck, before you run, or before you play your sport. And then after you work out, you can actually do the same exercises, but slow it down and hold it. So that reverse lunge position could just be a hold one time as a stretch, and that skater lunge position could be a hold one time as a stretch, and so forth. Even the sumo squat, you can rotate out, drop down, and just kind of go back and forth to open up the hips after your workout. And then the other exercises as well. I won't go through them again. Don't make the video super lengthy. But you get the point, hopefully. And if you have questions about this, go ahead and just comment or reach out to me, DM me. But the purpose of these exercises, you don't have to have a long laundry list of exercises to move better, to get stronger, and to get more mobile and flexible. You can have these core exercises to help you warm up before your activity and cool down afterwards as well. I hope you find this helpful. If you do, just comment below, share this out to people who you might think may benefit. And then also make sure check out my YouTube channel and click to follow that as well, and then you'll have access to all the videos I have available in that channel as well. In addition, if you are interested in getting my free newsletter every Tuesday at 7 a.m., I'll have videos in there. I have information about my blog and things like that. You can kind of stay in my world and always be on top of the information I'm putting out. And if you have questions, message me too, because guess what? A lot of the videos I do are based on questions I've been asked. So don't hesitate to send me a question, and you never know. It might end up in my newsletter, it might end up in my blog, or it might end up in a video. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.